for those of you that thought that you were going to hear our profound, intellectual, maybe even poetic take on Pride and Prejudice, my apologies. To say that we were both busy this week would be an understatement. Hell, Jason moved his entire house this week, and I was busy avoiding helping him. When we finally met up on Thursday, it wasn't to do our normal recording. It was to move his bedroom furniture. After that, we decided that there was no way we were going to watch this movie this week and record it and edit it and get it uploaded in time. So we decided not to try to force it and give you a sub-quality experience and just wait a week. I will say, though, I did have 2 hours set aside for this. And what did I do? For the first time in 77 weeks, I sat down and watched a Nicolas Cage movie. I'm not sure if we ever bring it up on the podcast, but we're pretty big Nicolas Cage fans here, and since we've started this, I have not really watched any of his movies. So I turned on Max, I typed into the search bar, My Hero, and the movie Dream Scenario came up. Quite the winner. It's about a balding, middle-aged, boring professor who begins showing up in people's dreams randomly. It's a great movie, you should watch it. You should also watch Pig, it's out on Netflix. Also, a big shout out to Chile. We see you there. You're downloading like crazy. So thanks again to everybody that's listening. And please enjoy one of our favorite episodes of the podcast, Step Up. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
Thank you for joining us. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing 2006 Step Up, starring Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan. In honor of this dance romance, I would like to now perform an interpretive dance for all of you. Kickflip, backflip, pirouette, jazz hands. Whew. All right, well, I hope you liked that as much as I enjoyed performing it for you, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to You've Got Mails. CJ, I feel like dancing. Would you dance with me?
Can you pick me up?
I would give that a 50-50 shot. I'm going to take that chance.
Well, sir, let's do it.
Welcome to You've Got Mails. I'm here with my dance partner, CJ. And today we are going to talk about 2006 dance epic masterpiece. I'll go so far as to say, Step Up.
You use a lot of words there I don't know if I agree with, Jason.
I'm talking out of my ass right now. What this movie is, though, is the dance romance answer to Good Will Hunting.
I would give it that. Yeah.
We've got Channing Tatum as Tyler Gage, a delinquent teen, and I say teen with air quotes because this man is clearly in his 30s, who is sentenced to 300 hours of community service at a arts college, not college.
Arts Votech?
Yeah, it's like an arts Votech where high school age kids dance, play violin, make R&B music.
Now, do you think he picked his own name for this movie?
No, I think some horrible studio exec picked the name
Tyler
for this movie.
Gage.
Yeah, someone who did not know what they were doing. But anyhow, this movie is essentially the Good Will Hunting of rom-coms.
Well, it could use more Minnie Driver.
I'm going to be dead ass. I've never seen Good Will Hunting.
You've never seen Good Will
I
Hunting?
never have. But I know that it centers around a janitor who's actually really good at whatever they do at that school. And in this case, it's Channing Tatum, who is a janitor who's really good at dancing.
It's not hard to be good at dancing when you're 6'5", 200 pounds of jacked ass muscle.
All right, well, let's be honest. I'm 6'6" of... I'm not any of that. But I'm 6'6". I can't dance. Like, I don't think dancing's easy.
He got the job by being able to pick up a 120-pound woman.
You know how he didn't get the job is by knowing how to dance. Not a trained dancer. Everyone in this movie was trained at dancing, except for this guy.
So he learned it just for this movie?
Yeah, essentially. Like, all the dancing you see Channing Tatum do in this movie, he did not know how to do beforehand.
All right, I give him props for that because he was definitely a lot better at that than he was at the acting portion of this movie.
He's not doing a great job. Yeah, he mumbles his way through a lot of this movie.
It's a lot of grunts, a lot of ham-fisted acting.
Yeah. So this movie is starts out with Channing Tatum at a party having basically a dance battle with another woman.
He's the white guy.
He's the one white guy.
This movie has a lot of white savior issues.
Oh my god, so much. He's like the only white guy in most of this movie, but he's making everybody else better.
I feel like this has pushed us back a little. After a lot of diversity in the movies we've had, we have this one coming along.
Yeah, it's not great, but he's having this dance battle at this party in what I can only assume is a flop house. This house is just a mess. Like there's probably a guy doing heroin in a corner.
It's Heavy D's flop house. Don't forget.
Is it Heavy D's flop house? Is that his house?
That's Omar is played by Heavy D.
I didn't know that was his house.
Well,
I thought he was just hanging out at the party.
One of his houses because he's crime lord Heavy D, which I would like to think that this movie would have been better if he wouldn't have been playing a character.
He was just Heavy D.
If it was just Heavy D, and this is what he was doing at that point, he was hiring local youths to steal cars.
I mean, if you told me that's what Heavy D was doing right now, I wouldn't be all that surprised.
How fucking great would that be?
What has he done lately?
Was he in any other of the Step Up movies? Because there's fucking 6 of these.
5.
5?
There's 5 of these movies. And no, I don't believe... I did actually do a deep dive on who returns for any of these movies, and Heavy D is not in the list.
Thank God. Neither is Skinny.
But let's talk... Oh, fuck, Skinny. We'll get to Skinny later.
All right.
But let's talk about this scene in this movie where he is dancing with this woman at this party. In a room that is maybe a 20 by 20 room. Backflipping, standing on his hands, his legs are flailing everywhere.
Real arrogant prick.
Could you imagine if you were at a party and this guy was dancing like this while you were just trying to grab a beer?
Wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder people. And this guy needs, I don't know, 50 square foot of fucking floor space so that he can backflip back and forth across the room.
It's obscene.
Yeah. And on top of that, there's literally one dangerous person at this party.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. They're in downtown Baltimore.
Okay.
There's probably a lot of dangerous people at this party.
Dangerous enough that he's referenced multiple times in this movie. And he decides to dance with that guy's girlfriend.
It does. And it doesn't... I wouldn't say it doesn't end well for him. It definitely comes back to bite him in the ass much later in the movie. But PJ, the angry gangster who... his girlfriend was dancing with Channing Tatum. And can you blame her?
No.
The guy's a fucking snack. he pulls a gun in the middle of...
He does 4 things in this movie. In order of how good he is at them. He dances. He looks good. He janitors. And then he acts.
He's definitely a better janitor than actor. I'll give him that.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I can't believe I'm about to say these words. Can't wait to see Magic Mike because I heard he learned how to act by the time they made
no,
that movie.
I actually really like Channing Tatum in a lot of things. Like there are movies I've seen him in. 21 Jump Street, like I love those movies. Like
because they make fun of the fact that he's a 30-year-old man in high school.
Pretty much. But,
like everybody realizes that it's ridiculous.
But his comedic acting is done well. Like it doesn't seem so forced. But anyway, this guy pulls a gun on him because he's dancing with his girl very aggressively. And he gets kicked out of the party with it's him, his buddy Mac, who is roughly the same age as him, so I'm going to say 40, although they're supposed to be in high school. And little brother Skinny.
Skinny.
Yeah. And they get kicked out of the party because of the altercation that happens. Like any teenage boys do after getting kicked out of a party, they just go and vandalize a bunch of shit.
Well, they weren't really feeling like stealing vehicles that evening.
Yeah,
let's go vandalize some things.
They're walking down the street, they're knocking over trash cans. It looks like something out of West Side Story. Like it's a real weird, like, angry young man walking down the street, just like, I'll tip this thing over and then do a little dance. And then I'll flip this thing over, I'll do a little dance.
Yeah, he likes to throw a little pirouette after everything.
Yeah, like it's like everything he does. He may not have been a dancer when he got this role, but I feel like they were like, we need you to dance. And he was like, all right, I'll dance all the goddamn time. So every time he does anything,
let me throw a little move in there.
I'm going to kick my feet out a little bit. I'm going to do a little thing, a little thing here and there. Anyway, their path of vandalism and dancing leads them to a school for performing arts. They break a window on accident and then decide to just climb on in and see what's happening.
Oh, yeah, that's the way you do it.
Which is what you do, yeah.
Yeah, it's a crime of circumstance.
This is where the movie gets a little oddly homophobic.
Yeah, with poor little Skinny.
Yeah, Skinny. So they're looking at like pictures of it on the walls of different dancers, and Skinny goes, "I kind of like their shirts. I like how that makes their muscles stick out." Which is a weird thing to say, but I mean, if Skinny likes it, God bless him. Like, let Skinny live.
I mean,
Like that, and that's going to also come back to bite me later because we'll get this.
Skinny.
We'll get this.
We'll get the Skinny.
We'll get the Skinny.
You're kind of. I wouldn't call you a gym rat, but you're a gym guy.
Oh yeah, I work
You know
out.
how to appreciate a man.
I'm no Channing Tatum, but I do all right.
Channing Tatum, definitely a gym rat. In real life, you point out a guy's muscles to him, he's absolutely going to be like, yeah, that guy knows how to do it. We're going to see how many sets he does of this.
Yeah.
And that's part of that lifestyle. They just fucking dog all over him.
Yeah, poor Skinny. Like they just ride this guy incessantly over, like just pointing out the fact these guys are in shape.
And also, they're way too physical with each other. Me and you have been friends now, what, a dozen years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
These guys have touched each other more in the first 10 minutes of this movie than I have touched you in 12 years of
I
knowing you.
don't think we've touched once in 12 years, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and I'm just talking any sort of general physical contact. Like, they are all over each
It's
other
way
at all
overboard.
times.
Like I feel like whoever wrote this movie was like real, just like we gotta overdo every aspect of it. Like,
Overcompensation.
this guy's a dancer, he's gonna dance all the time. These guys are friends, they gotta be touching all the fucking time. So they're in this school, they end up going onto the stage and just start breaking shit for no reason. And I'm gonna be honest, Skinny starts dancing around in a dress, which at that point I was kind of like, maybe they're right.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
But anyhow,
hey, go Skinny. You live your life. You be your best you.
they vandalize this school, and out of nowhere, a rent-a-cop comes and tackles Mac.
Well, he tackles Mac, and then our boy,
Our
Tyler
white savior.
Gage, our white savior, goes and takes the fall for this one. Which, in reality, they cut right to the next scene, where he's already in the courtroom. But what the fuck was that rent-a-cop going to do to him? Like, he could have thrown that guy across the room. Let's say this again for the people that have not noticed. He is a 6'5", 250-pound fucking linebacker of a human being.
And I thought this as I watched this movie. In my mind, I said, clearly Channing Tatum could take this man. Because this guy really was in his 40s and not in good shape. And also, just like, worst rent-a-cop, like, security guard ever. Like, he lets... It was real weird how he had Mac tackled, and then Channing Tatum just kind of, like, wandered into his view and, like, fell towards him, and then he tackled him instead. It was almost like he was a T-Rex. Like, his whole vision was based on movement.
Let the other guys go. I got this one.
Yeah, and then the other two just ran away. Like, he was actually holding him down, and they just kind of looked like, what should we do? And he's like, just go. And the cop was like, yeah, I mean, I got one of you. We're good here.
He was in the court, and they said, you've been here before.
Yeah, he's clearly had issues.
So not only is he a prolific criminal, but he's a terrible one.
Prolific.
Prolific. How many cars do they steal in this movie? How many different vehicles do you see these gentlemen pull up in?
At least 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were stealing a lot of cars. But at this point, we find out that in true movie fashion, he gets an ironic sentence. So he's sentenced to 300 hours of community service at this school for performing arts that he's vandalized.
This is the first thing that was said in this movie that I felt was when the principal says, do you know how much money this costs?
Oh, yeah.
One child's tuition.
Yeah.
Fucking Sarah McLachlan started playing in the
I was like,
background.
oh, no.
I was like, no! That child could have been the president of dancing.
Yeah, there's...
Like, you fucking ruined a child's life.
Yeah, now that kid's stealing cars with Mac and Skinny instead of fucking dancing their heart out.
Like, I felt that. And the Rachel Griffin is the principal.
Yeah.
From 6 Feet Under.
Yeah.
She's great. She's basically playing, like, background white savior in this movie, where she's like, I don't really need to take center stage on this, but I will be the guiding hand in these children's lives.
I liked her, though.
Yeah, she was great.
A good stern authority figure.
Also, a more responsible love interest for Channing Tatum.
Right? When I first saw her, I was like, well, this is who he's going to hook up with, because they're clearly in the same age range.
Yes! That's what I kind of was feeling, but no. He's 17.
Instead of her, we get Jenna Dewan, who I'd never heard of until we watched this movie. turns out she met Channing Tatum on this movie, and they got married, and they were married for quite a few years. They
Wait,
divorced.
really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They hooked up, yeah. I think they divorced in... I couldn't tell you. I looked it up. They weren't together anymore. Recently. Somewhat recently.
Okay, lovely girl.
The last 10 or so years, yeah.
One of the better actors of the two leads.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. She actually was not an actor. She was a dancer.
That makes sense.
So the girl who could dance was a better actor than the guy who couldn't dance and was there for the acting.
I mean, was this his first movie? This had to be, right?
It had to be pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I didn't look to see what else he'd been in before this, but...
Because he goes, I know 21 Jump Street was after this, and basically makes fun of this the entire time.
Yeah, he just grunted his way through this movie. There's a great line where he's like, yo, you guys are teaching dancing. You're treating dancing like it's rocket science. And I was like,
Yo, Adrian.
Yeah, that's the point of the movie where I was like, oh, fuck. I guess it's not the best movie I've ever seen.
It's not like a terrible movie, but it's not very good. It must have done well because it has five fucking movies in the series.
So this movie has like less than a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's very not well received by critics or audiences. But it did make a bunch of money. $12 million budget. I think it made $114 million gross. So
holy shit,
it did pretty well. And I think it was mainly just ladies that like to go see Channing Tatum dance in tank tops.
I mean, I've heard it's a pretty good pastime.
I didn't hate it.
I know my wife has seen both Magic Mike movies in theaters.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I did not join her for that.
Maybe we'll have her as a special guest when we do Magic Mike, because
we might have to.
I kind of want to see what's going on here.
I mean, it's obvious why she would go to that movie. The same reason we went to go see Thor together.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who I was glad to see in this movie?
Who?
Cyclops Jr.
Who's Cyclops Jr.?
Her original dance partner.
Oh, that guy? He got cycloped for sure.
He did, but he got dance cycloped, which was great. For anybody who, for some reason, just started listening now, Cyclops is the James Marsden role of this. The guy that did nothing wrong, but still gets replaced by the lead.
But he almost got back in anyway. Like, it wasn't even, he wasn't a romantic interest. So, after we find out that Tyler Gage, you can't say it like unless you say it like that. There's not just like, hey, it's Tyler Gage. It's always Tyler Gage. So Tyler Gage gets sentenced to be a janitor at this school. And we come to find out that Jenna Dewan, the female love interest in this, is preparing her big dance for the showcase of the school, which this is like your final, basically. Like everyone comes to see this. You might get a job out of it with a dance troupe, some kind of like Broadway theater production, something of that nature.
Not like a college dancing, but just literally going to dance for a company.
Yeah, like she has options. Like she can go to college after this, or she gets hired to be a professional dancer. There's no in between. So this is like her ticket out of inner city Baltimore going to dance. But she has a dance partner who I don't know the guy's name. Seems like a nice enough guy.
Yeah.
Twists his ankle dancing, so she has to find a partner. She interviews or auditions, I guess would be the word, about 10 guys to come in and like fill this guy's role.
This was one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Was it?
Yeah. She's like, I gotta audition new people. Let me bring in 10 of the tiniest human beings ever and have them all try to lift me while Tyler Gage is in the background on a 12-foot ladder for how many hours? He's just hanging out on this wooden ladder watching and laughing at these people. And the whole time you're like, oh, well, he's going to be the one that lifts her because he's an NFL fucking linebacker over there. And she has picked like the tiniest men on the planet.
What exactly was he doing on that ladder for, I would say, at least an hour, if not longer? Because she interviewed or auditioned right about there was about 10 people there?
Yes.
That's got to take 5 to 10 minutes a piece, right? So you're looking at least an hour. And he is on the ladder the entire time just watching, and no one thinks this is odd.
Was it a light bulb, or was he dusting?
He did. There was a scene where he walked in with just like a dust mop on his belt. So
Yeah.
maybe he was just
I
dusting
told
the
you,
light
he's a great
fixtures.
janitor.
He is a good janitor.
It's number 3 on his skills of this movie.
The guy was doing a hell of a job as a janitor. But, none of these guys can even pick her up, let alone dance well. And Tyler Gage is secretly great at dancing. So he comes in as the knight in shining armor,
Yes.
white savior, Tyler
Yes.
Gage, and says, hey, I could be your partner.
I got this.
Yeah.
Because I'm Tyler fucking Gage.
And she's, kind of hesitant, but then she just runs at him and he picks her up Dirty Dancing style. And
There's a lot of dirty dancing in this
there
movie.
you have it.
There was a little flash dance, too.
I've never seen either of those movies, CJ. So
I've
I don't
seen
know.
parts of Flashdance only because it's filmed right here in Pittsburgh. But they go to a nice, weird port, and it's all industrial and stuff like that. I was like, okay, they're throwing a little flashback to Flashdance.
Oh, I got yeah. I do know what you're talking about. Okay.
Well, this was like the obvious thing in this movie was he, of course, is going to bring the streets to her ballet conscious mind. And it just doesn't, it works.
Well, I enjoyed the blending of the hip hop dance and the classical dance. I mean, if anything, I did enjoy the dancing in this movie. Although I don't know if it was good dancing. Like I don't know dance.
I would think it was good.
But the whole movie was kind of like just this struggle. Like she was where she was going to be no matter what. Like she wanted to be a dancer. She was a dancer. He was this kid from the streets. And I say kid with the biggest air quotes you could possibly imagine.
A foster
adult.
Yes.
I actually had to Google at one point, like, at what point can you not be a foster kid anymore?
Wait, really?
Because I assumed it was 18, but I'm watching this movie and I'm like, how is he a foster kid? And they show him in his foster bedroom at one point. Did you see the size of like the tiny bed?
His feet hanging off the end.
I was like, what the f is going on here? Anyhow, she's set in her ways. Like, she's a talented dancer. This movie is more about, like, can he overcome the streets and become, like, a great dancer and, like, embrace what he's good at?
Can he break away from the car thieving?
The car thieving, and, I mean, let's be on. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the saddest part of this movie for me. If you're out there in the streets and you're stealing cars, eventually you're going to die.
Fucking poor
And there is a point in this movie where little Skinny, we talked about Skinny a little bit,
Who has a belt buckle? You know his name's Skinny. You know why you know his name's Skinny?
He's a light up belt buckle.
He has a belt buckle that says Skinny.
Yeah. But this is like Tyler Gage, his best friend Mac, and his little brother Skinny, and they're kind of the crew. They run, they steal the cars, they sell them to Heavy D. This is how they make money.
Because Heavy D needs money to throw giant parties.
In flop houses.
With
a DJ and like a great sound setup.
Holy shit,
actually
yeah.
looked like a good party. I would probably go to that.
Yes.
But Skinny, I watched this movie, and at the very beginning, there's a scene when they get kicked out of the party, and they're walking down the alley, and the guy who pulled the gun on Tyler Gage drives by, and little Skinny grabs up a bottle and throws it at the car, misses it by a mile. I'm like, man, you got to quit playing like that. Something bad's going to happen. At that very moment, I wrote in my notes, Skinny's going to die.
Absolutely. I knew it as soon as I saw that the boy was wearing $3,000 worth of fucking gold around his neck and just roaming around like he was invincible.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is this kid at this party in the first place? So later on in the movie...
Wait. Can I tell you I had a flashback during that scene?
Yeah.
When he throws the bottle.
Yeah.
This was early teens, mid-teens. There was a PJ. PJ is the bad guy in this movie. A PJ-like figure.
Okay.
In the neighborhood I grew up in. Me and my little stoner buddies hanging out on the school steps. It's 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. PJ drives by. He says, hey, what up? Yells at us, gives us some shit. Not really even bullying, because he's obviously 5-6 years older than us.
Yeah.
He drives a quarter mile down the street. And just as a joke, I look down the street and I say, yeah, that's right, bitch. Under my breath. That car skidded to a stop, backed up the quarter mile up, and this PJ-like figure looked out the window and said, what the fuck did you say?
Are you sure you said it under your breath?
I have no idea how he heard me say this. Of course, I cowered like a...
Maybe he just knew.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy just had the great...
It was just like, yeah, that's right, bitch.
So we fast forward in this movie. You know, Skinny, Mac, and Tyler Gage are at this party in the beginning. Later on in the movie, there's going to be another party, and they're all sitting around Mac's apartment. Mac's mom is there, and she's adamant that Skinny doesn't go out that night.
Of course.
There's no particular reason, because as far as I can tell, these kids are never at home.
Her mama sense was tingling.
Her mama sense was tingling, and that made my mama sense tingle. And the thing that really set it over the edge, I don't know if you know this, CJ, but if you ever watch a movie and an African-American woman refers to her son as my baby, that kid's going to die.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happened to Skinny. He sneaks out of the house. He goes to the party. They don't want him there. Like, they did the right thing in the first place because she told them, you keep him at home. And they did.
That's my baby.
That's my baby.
Keep him at home.
But then he snuck out. He goes to the party. So what do they do to make sure that Skinny is safe? They take a bunch of cash out of their pockets. They stuff it in his hands. They go, here's bus fare. And they shove him out the door. So now this kid is roaming the streets. And as you said, a bunch of gold chains and a handful of cash.
It's their fault.
But that's not even how he died. So he he's on his way home. He sees this PJ character and his associate. They leave their Escalade running. They run into the store. He steals their car.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Yeah. Goes back to the party. And at this point, they catch up to him and gun him down in the street.
Which at this point...
My baby.
my poor Skinny. They never even give him a real name. He's only referred to as my baby by his own mother.
I feel like his real name is Skinny.
It must be.
Yeah.
This is their fault. If me and you are best friends and one of our little brothers shows up and we're all going out and this child has $3,000 worth of gold around his neck.
And we shove him out into the night.
With a handful of money.
And just say, make your way home.
It was their job to fuck him up a little bit so that nobody fucked him up a lot.
Yeah.
And instead they're, no, come out and steal some cars with it. You're terrible at this criming thing.
And this is
you should come out with us anyway.
But this is the part of the movie where the Skinny needed to die. Because this changed everyone's outlook on things. Because the whole movie, Tyler Gage, is trying to decide whether he wants to be a dancer or a street hoodlum. Mac, his friend, who's honest to God an awful person for most of this movie, Tyler Gage, is actually getting really into dancing and being part of this school. And he's getting constant shit from his friend Mac. Like, Mac is really good at basketball. And at one point...
That was told to us by a scene where he says, you're really good at basketball.
It was. But, like, once Tyler Gage starts getting into this whole scene of art school, he starts to realize his worth. And he starts to realize, like, maybe there's more to life than jacking cars and dancing in flop houses.
Yeah.
So he says to Mac, he's like, you're really good at basketball. Maybe you should be on the team, the school team. And he's like, well, they suck. He's like, yeah, but if you're on it, maybe they won't. He's trying to tell him, like, we can be more. Like, you're good at something. Do it.
One of 4 very well-written lines.
Yeah. Not well delivered by Tyler Gage, but well-written, I think. So this is the point in the movie where you needed this, like, shot in the arm to make everybody realize, like, hey, we got to be better than what we are. So, Skinny died for a reason, Yeah. R.I.P. Skinny.
After last week, we watched Stella.
Yeah.
And it's just... I didn't shed a tear this time. Whoopi died. It made me sad.
I knew. Like I said, I knew from the beginning Skinny was going to die. It was in my notes.
If Skinny wasn't even a character in this, then it would have been Mac.
Yeah.
And if Mac wasn't a character in this, it would have been Tyler's drunk dad.
Yeah, like somebody would have got...
Drunk foster dad.
Somebody would have died.
And we haven't even talked about the female lead in this movie.
No, and I feel bad about it. But she was the most inoffensive part about it, so I feel like that's why we're leaving her out. Because everything else was pretty much awful. She was kind of like the one good thing about this movie. She
had a boyfriend that problem was easily solved by him being a complete douchebag.
Yeah, Brett.
I have it in here in my notes. Brett's an asshole. That's his character.
I think in my notes it actually says Jen and DeJuan's boyfriend, Brett, equals giant turd.
Yeah,
I think is
that's
what I
pretty
wrote.
much
it.
And then they have their friend that makes beats.
So he was played by Mario, who is actually it's like Madonna. It's just one name, but he was a R&B star. He plays Miles.
Using a lot of you should look up these guys. They're called Nuttin' But Strings. They're shown a few times during the movie. They're the two guys playing the violin. They're like a hip-hop violin duo.
You don't hear that every day.
They're actually really fucking awesome.
Okay.
They've been around for a while. I was surprised to see them in this.
Nice.
And honestly, in a movie where I thought that I was going to get a lot better soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack wasn't great. It was
the most inoffensive rap I've ever heard in my life.
It was rap for preteen girls, I think is what this was.
Super responsible rap.
It was very responsible rap. They did a nice job. Nobody was dancing to Two Live Crew in this movie.
Not at all.
No, there was no face down, ass up, as it were.
What was the song? You can go with this. You can go with that.
Black Sheep. That was the only song in this movie that I knew.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was fine.
The actual cast that was in the school, I kind of dug. Like her best friend,
Lucy.
A little bit of a horn dog.
Yeah.
A little bit of a guiding force.
Yeah, but you knew, like, you knew.
A weirdly great singer.
Yeah, but you knew, well, it's an art school. Like, it wasn't just dancing, it was everything. Which I also like. There's a scene when he first walks into the school, and everyone is just doing their art, if you will, in the hallways.
Yes.
And I was like, does this school not have fucking classrooms? Like, there's just people in the hallway playing violins. There's guys dancing. There's guys just singing in the hallway. And I was like, it was like the director was just like, I want everybody to just get in this hallway and just art real hard. Because I want everyone to know that this is an art school. And I want everyone to realize that Tyler Gage is really out of place here because he's just walking around with a mop.
There's an empty corner over there. Can we put some more art in there?
Yeah. Like, this guy's just walking around with a mop and everybody else is just doing their thing. But there's no classrooms in this school. I
kind of dug her as the love interest in this. They had
She was really good.
This is actually the first movie I saw, too, with a friend implosion. So at the same time he implodes with her.
Secondary implosion. Oh, he implodes with Mac.
Yeah,
his whole life kind of falls apart for a real split second until
for at least 30 to 40 seconds of this movie.
Until Skinny gets gunned down. Although there were multiple implosions between him and Nora.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many times where, like, he was late for practice one day and that was it for them. And then
he just gives up.
Yeah, he just gives up. And then
Tyler Gage doesn't really stand for anything.
But it was all like cleaned up pretty quickly and neatly. Like, there was never a time where the implosion lasted more than 20 seconds. And then, like, the next scene, he just shows up like, hey, I'm real sorry. Maybe you're right. Maybe I am a dancer.
I can do this.
Yeah.
I was sweeping these steps, but now I can dance.
The guy's a hell of a fucking janitor. I'll give him that.
It's the secondary careers. Stella was able to carpent.
Yeah.
This guy, able to sweep a floor.
That might be my favorite part of the movie. There's a scene, it's kind of like a janitorial montage where he's cleaning up the place. But it was just like this fish out of water scene where, like, everyone's, like, trying to do their art. And he's, like, trying to sweep. So, like, he goes into the room and everyone's just playing violin and he's just, like, sweeping, like, right up against the guy's chair. Like,
he's, like, vacuuming and a guy sits down. I had the joy of being a custodial artist for a year or so. He's a teenager.
It's an art of its own.
People will just get in front of your fucking vacuum. They don't give a shit. They don't let you just play through with the vacuum.
Oh, I work at a place where we have a guy that comes in and cleans like twice a week, and I don't move for shit. Like,
yeah.
I'm probably an asshole, but, like, I've got work to do. So, like, I don't know. Like,
just throwing Cheetos.
It's very awkward where he's just, like, mopping right up against my chair, but not where my chair is because I can't move while he's cleaning. But that's commitment on his part, He's like, fuck it.
One of my favorite parts of this movie, I can't even think about this without laughing, is Nora is supposed to be a little bit better off.
Right.
Like, the school has a lot of people that are brought in from underprivileged communities, blah, blah, blah. But she's supposed to be a little better off. And you know how they show this? Is because she's at a coffee shop with her best friend. And a horse-drawn fucking fruit vendor walks by.
What?
This is how they show that they're in a better neighborhood.
How did I miss this? Aren't they all just, like, in downtown Baltimore, though?
Yeah, she's in the part of downtown Baltimore that has horse-drawn fruit vendors.
I don't think that's a part that's real. I've seen The Wire. I've never seen a fruit-drawn.
It was
A horse-drawn
literally
fruit carriage.
It looked like a fucking Dole Banana Chiquita, a whole setup on the back of a cart and a horse walking it through the street.
I completely missed that.
I thought it was the weirdest shit ever. And then
It's weird now that I'm hearing it, but I didn't know that it was actually a thing. Oh, man. All right. Well, you know what, CJ? I feel like we may have talked about this movie just enough to move on to the grand gestures portion.
Possibly too much.
Yeah, there's not a lot. I mean, we said a lot about this movie, but nothing of importance. And I feel like this movie is not important.
Yeah. Do we have to put the other 4 on there? We have to, right?
We have to, yeah. I mean, I'm really hopeful that Step Up 2 is
It's the streets.
the Back to the Future 2 of the Step Up franchise, where the sequel is just a little bit better than the original.
I doubt it.
I do know that no one from this movie is in the second movie, so
That's not a good sign.
that's probably... I mean, nobody in this movie was that great, so it might be a good sign.
So you want to give us some flowers?
Yeah, let's do the final gestures, grand gestures, flowers. I don't have much. I do think that it was odd that Mac was such a terrible person until his brother died. And then Tyler Gage shows up and they have a real heart-to-heart at the basketball court. And he was like, we need to be better. Like, we're better people than this. Like, we can do better. I got to do better for him. And then Tyler Gage is like, all right, cool. Can you give me a ride to the dance recital real quick? I got to get this girl back. And I was like, motherfucker, Skinny isn't even cold yet. Like, this kid is just in the ground. And he shows up and he's like, hey, can I get a ride?
Also, it's been established neither of these gentlemen own a car. So we've got to do better. Can you give me a ride in whatever car you just stole?
Yeah, he's probably still stealing cars. Has not learned his
It's
lesson.
your only way to get around. It's really the
But then
Uber of that
he
generation.
rolls him up to the dance recital, where at the end of the end of the movie, which, you know, he finally shows up right before she goes on stage, and is like, I want to do this with you. I want to make this happen. His buddy Mac drives him to the show. He gets out of the car and he's just like, all right, man, thanks. Doesn't even invite him in to watch the show.
He finds his way in.
But I don't feel like he was invited. Like, I feel like he drove around the block up and I was like, man, fuck. He didn't even ask me to come in.
Yeah, I can go see what all the whole hubbub.
Yeah, I gotta go
about
see
here.
what's going on here. So at that point in the movie, I paused it and I was like, fuck, there's 15 minutes left of this movie. And I knew at that point it was just all going to be dancing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a dance guy. It wasn't offensive.
No, I enjoyed the
It
ending.
seemed it was exactly what you thought it would be. She'd ballet, he would street dance. They'd come together somehow during that.
Yeah, I enjoyed the final dance.
Yeah, it was okay.
It may have been the most enjoyable part of the movie for me. So, how about you? Any final observations?
The only thing that I can think about this movie is not long after this, he ended up doing Magic Mike. And I'm really hoping that if and when we roll Magic Mike, that his name's Tyler Gage.
I'm sorry,
Like-
you mispronounced that. It's Tyler Gage.
When he shows up in Magic Mike, they're like, who are you? And he's like, Tyler Gage.
Listen, spoiler alert, I don't want to ruin anything for you, but I'm pretty sure his name's Mike.
Oh, he's Magic Mike?
I think so.
Oh, fuck.
It's not called Magic Tyler.
Maybe he's on the run. He just got out of prison for stealing
We
cars.
could retcon this thing so that it's actually a sequel to that. I think we could make that happen.
Yeah, when you think about it, I mean, like, he would have never got Magic Mike if he hadn't learned.
I am
to dance
glad
in
we did this movie first, because if he does in fact become a better actor, I would hate to take a step back and go from like that to this
Oh, yeah.
and just watch him grunt his way through a movie.
Well, I know just from seeing his more recent movies, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, I enjoy the Channing Tatum.
He's got kind of that John Cena thing.
Yeah. Handsome but funny.
Yes, exactly. And then, like,
And then you're just mad about it the whole time. Like, how are you going to be good looking and funny?
Yeah, fuck you.
Fucking prick. Anyway, shall we turn this chick flick into a dick flick?
I want you to go first on this.
I will go first on this. So imagine this. Tyler Gage. He's actually an undercover cop. He's a 40-year-old man.
He's obviously an undercover cop.
But there's a ring of car thieves in the inner city Baltimore area run by a madman played by Heavy D, who is just stealing cars and killing people left and right. And he has to get to the bottom of it. So they bring in Channing Tatum. His name's not really Tyler Gage, but they think the police chief is like, I got the best name for your character, Tyler Gage. He goes undercover in this art school because some people from that school, their cars have gotten stolen. They kind of run around with the same crew. And I'm thinking maybe you throw like Jonah Hill in there as like a funny sidekick.
Oh boy.
That's also like a cop who's playing like a high school kid.
What about Rob Riggle?
And,
Could Rob Riggle be in this movie?
I think he could be the chief that comes up with Tyler Gage. I could hear him saying it. So yeah, I feel like that's, and we're going to turn it into like kind of an action comedy situation. Maybe we call it, I don't know, like 33 Sit Down Avenue. I
like it.
Yeah,
I like where your head's at,
Yeah.
and this shows that we probably spend too much time together
Are we on this?
because we're very close to the same page.
Okay.
My chick flick to a dick flick on this. Okay, starts out very much the same, except for it's focused on her,
Okay.
this up and coming ballet dancer, and then everything changes. She breaks her leg, or she cracks her ankle. She can't make it.
Okay.
Basically tail spins out. One day she's looking out the window. She sees this guy stealing a car. And she feels it. She's, oh, what's he doing? She goes out, and this, instead of him falling into her world, this movie is her falling into his world.
Ooh.
And they begin stealing cars for Heavy D, much like how you said.
Oh.
And it becomes a thing. She's really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
You had no idea. She's out there just stealing everything. What happens is they hit a problem where Heavy D's boss shows up with a list of vehicles that they have to get in one night.
Fuck.
And this leads directly into my how would I put Nicolas Cage into this movie?
Yes.
The boss, of course, Memphis fucking Reigns from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh, God.
Nicolas Cage shows up and says, hey, Baltimore has like 7 nice cars in it. You need to steal all of them in one night. And it becomes this intense back and forth action movie of car thieving and dancing for some weird fucking reason.
I love it.
So I'm getting the double out of this. I'm getting 2 entire parts out of this. So that is how to turn into a dick flick and where Nicolas Cage would just play Memphis Reigns.
I love it. So I guess we're into the Nick Cage portion of the podcast.
Fuck yeah, man, hit me.
I guess I just go. All right. I decided to connect Heavy D to Nicolas Cage. This was not as hard. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. So Heavy D, much to my surprise, is in Cider House Rules.
Okay.
Which also stars Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron is in Reindeer Games with Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise is in Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage.
Ooh.
So this is how I've connected these movies. There is no one I cannot connect to Nicolas Cage.
Could we also,
me.
as a quick aside here, maybe going back to the grand gestures, can we shout out Heavy D?
Yeah, he's got like
He's the mob boss with a heart of gold.
yeah, like he's not really a bad guy. You don't really feel like he's a bad guy. He treats
No.
everybody really well.
He was at Skinny's funeral,
He was at Skinny's funeral.
which means that he's a respected man in this community.
And he has a great line where Mac is at the party at the end before Skinny gets shot, and Tyler Gage invites Mario's character from the art school to the party,
Yeah.
and this is their first time meeting. And when Mac finds out he goes to the art school, he's like, "Oh, you don't look like an art school guy." And Heavy D's just like, "Man, Miles Davis, Tupac Shakur, some other like rapper." He's like, "They all went to art school.
Yeah.
You think they gotta look different because they go to art school?"
It'd been great if he named Heavy D.
Yeah, right.
Heavy D went to art
So
school.
that was nice. I like that. I enjoyed
Nice.
Heavy D in this movie. So shall we rate this thing?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I feel like I've been pretty fucking positive this entire time, and I'm still only going to give this a 1.75. I think they should have focused on her a bit more because she was actually a legitimate good actor.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
And Channing Tatum had some shit to learn still.
Yeah.
It was, put it this way, while you were watching, everywhere you thought this was going to go, it went, right?
Yeah, which is kind of what I expect from these movies, is there's going to be a lot of predictability.
Absolutely. Well, not even all these movies. Stella had less predictability than this. This movie was just very predictable.
Yeah.
I knew the ending of this movie.
I mean, like I said, you always
When
know
it
they're going to end up
started.
together. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, I'm waiting for that movie, like we said last week, where the two people that should end up together don't. Like, that's what
Yeah.
I want. I want the realism. I want the cold hard truth.
I want the
if you will.
sadness.
Speaking of sadness and cold hard truth, I give this movie a 1.
A 1?
A 1. Yeah.
I can't even argue with you.
It wasn't. How do I even say? Because I didn't think this movie wasn't hard to get through. It was just so nothing. Like, the acting was bad, the dancing was okay, the music was okay, the story was just okay. They killed off like a kid and nobody even cared. Like, there was just no stakes, no emotional
It's the empty calorie.
connection. Like, it was just bleh. Bleh is how I would call it, how I would describe this movie. It was a 1. I would never watch it again. I would never recommend it to anybody. It was just there.
I would say, as far as art goes, I generally consider art something that's supposed to provoke emotion. Whether it's good or bad, the worst thing that art could have, this didn't provoke any emotion to me.
Yeah, no.
I watched it, and 2 hours went by, and then I played some video games.
I didn't laugh. I didn't cry. I didn't smile. I didn't, I was just, it was just a chore.
It was, let's get through this so we can record.
Exactly. So, well, thank you everyone for joining us on this episode of You've Got Mails. Again, please check us out on the Facebooks. You can see us at You've Got Mails on Facebook. We have a email, You've Got Mails at yahoo.com, and just like us, subscribe to us, share us with your friends, tell your mom, tell your mom's mom.
Yeah, ask us some questions. Hey, German, let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, please. We're really trying to find out what's up with you. All right, so
up?
we're gonna roll for our next movie
Absolutely.
to the Google random number generator, CJ.
All right, let me hit this. Oh, no.
Oh no.
I'm going to say we probably started with the best movies first.
Okay.
This is number 4. We have number 4 in the list.
Oh shit!
Tell me what this is.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Fuck yeah, Julia Roberts is back.
Oh no, you're way off base. Here, that's not even close.
Julia Roberts isn't in that movie?
No, this is and listen. Don't ask me how I know this. I actually saw this movie in theaters when it came
that's my
out.
best friend's wedding.
Yeah, this is John Corbett, who we remember as the dad in To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Okay.
And Nia Vardalos is the actress's name. Who
Never heard of her.
Yeah, she's not a big actress. This was like an independent rom-com that took off and just made a boatload of money and became basically like a sensation when it came out. And I saw it in theaters, so I'm excited. Actually, if I remember correctly, I did enjoy this movie. Like, it wasn't.
I remember seeing a portion of this movie. And
Really?
the only thing I remember is the dad drinks Windex.
Ooh,
Or there's something to do with
there's
Windex.
definitely.
Am I
a lot-
right? Am
Yeah,
I right?
you're
Fuck
very
yeah.
on base with the Windex. Windex is a big part of this movie.
I'm an expert in these fucking things by now.
Nice. Look at us. We're growing as people. All right. Well, until next time when we review My Big Fat Greek Wedding and talk about Windex for 60 minutes, please stay romantic and don't be shitty to each other. See you next time.
My baby.